Hello and welcome back. Being happy is it's not rocket science. The thing is, we all know how to be happy. Everybody knows what they need to do in order for them to be happy. We all do. But the world that we grew up in and how we're conditioned through society, we weren't taught how to cultivate happiness as the most valuable thing. We were taught that happiness is a byproduct of the things you do, of who you make yourself up to be, what you own. We're taught that happiness is brought to you from the external world, that whatever it is that you really like, you bring a lot of those things into your life, and then happiness comes. Happiness is a state of mind. And I think it's misunderstood as well. If you look deep enough, you'll find that every single one of your motivations, every single thing that you want in your life, is because you're looking to generate a certain state of mind inside of you that you like more than any other state. The most pleasant state. If you look into every single one of your actions, that's the ultimate goal behind everything you think and do. You're trying to reach for the best feeling inside of you. And when you're taught to look for that from the outside, that things that you get will make you happy, all you can do is have a temporary fix. And the happiness you feel is never truly real happiness. It's only a slight suppression of an urge, of a craving, of a need, of a want. So what you're in the lifestyle that we grow up in society, what you feel when you think you're happy is not necessarily always happiness, but less craving. Instead, you're feeling less desire. You're simply feeling less desire. You're feeling a lifting of a certain weight. And that feeling can be called contentment. You can call it a feeling of, joy, simple joy. Because they taught us that in order to bring something, or in order to be happy, that you have to bring something into your life. They kind of taught us the wrong way of going about being happy. They forgot to mention that you can generate happiness inside of you any way you want. That what it is you believe will make you happy. And what you believe has been taught to you. So we don't understand, a lot of people, that you can relearn what it is that makes you happy. If you were born in Japan, for example, the things that you do in order to generate happiness would be different than if you were raised in Africa, for example, in a tribe in the middle of, the desert, for example. The things that bring happiness are going to be different, even if it's the same person, same consciousness. These different things, depending on where you're raised, bring you a different or the same sense of happiness. So, with this said, this should help you to understand that you can change what makes you happy. You can choose yourself. If you can learn to work on the level of belief, then you can learn to unlearn what you think you need to do to make yourself happy. Because I found that happiness, a deeper sense of happiness, is not necessarily when you get something, but whenever the feeling of wanting something disappears. So it's not getting the thing, the object that makes you happy, but it's dropping the desire to want the thing. Getting the thing just seems to create the illusion that the desire is gone. But once you get something, then a new fear of its loss can come into your being, if you will, however you want to say that. And then your now happiness is also mixed with a fear of loss. That's if attachment comes in. When you're not dependent on things to make you happy, then you can enjoy that thing and enjoy the feeling of excitement that comes with something new, a new goal of learning how does this thing work? You can understand that it's not necessarily happiness you're feeling, it's just a little bit of excitement. And then you can ride that wave of excitement. If you're not attached to the object that you bought and you don't fear the loss of it, then you can see things for what they are. You buy a new car, you get excited. You drive it often, then the excitement slowly starts to wear down, and eventually you're left with that emptiness where the desire wants something else. You might want new tires for your car. You might be looking for a new paint job. You might be looking for new seat covers. So if you're looking for happiness on that level, then it's only ever temporarily removed, or it only ever temporarily removes the feeling of wanting more. And is replaced with a dream, a vision of all the other things you're going to get, which is still wanting more. But then you think happiness is in this story now. You got this new object, and then you seem to have all these new ideas that will sustain your happiness. I mean, that's great. You can do those sorts of things. And I think it's important as well. You want to enjoy every aspect of life. I don't think there's any aspect of life that you should say, no, this is wrong. Or if you have something that you're really curious about, that you really want to try, and it's in your, it's there and you can't shake it, then go for it. But don't expect objects to make you happy. Don't expect situations to make you happy. Try to look inside deeper where the happiness is. Try to look for the happiness that's there without a cause. And after a while, you'll realize that you can generate this, that it doesn't need anything. It doesn't need a car. It doesn't need these things to feel happy. That the actual state of consciousness you're looking for is always there. You can let it be. Sometimes we get confused because we want the excitement that's attached to owning or buying a new object. And we confuse the excitement with happiness. So we feel that if the excitement is not there of a new purchase, then it's not as good. It's like a druggie, an alcoholic, or someone that shoots heroin, for example. They'll never get that same. They're always searching for the big high. And in that same way, when you live in that, object, excitement, happiness mode of living, then you're doing the same thing. You're chasing a high. Happiness is not so much of a high. Excitement is a really, really high, and it's great. It's fun. It's very fun. It's a very intense wave of energy. But happiness is there even if excitement is not. Excitement is not a prerequisite for happiness, although it adds a nice flavor. Happiness is there when desire is not there. You feel just an overall sense of everything is okay. And you just generally feel happy. So, and again, these things you can cultivate. I don't like giving tools. I don't like saying, this is how you do it. I'm telling you the things that I've found through my practices and that I've read other people have found and that I have experience in as well. So if I read something and I notice I've seen the same thing, then I talk about it in these videos as well. And I'm always trying to encourage you to find your own techniques that work. If you've had enough of your own pain and you really want to learn what it's like to be a human, what does this all mean? If you have these deeper questions, who am I really? What is this all for? Then the answers are all within you, and I'm trying to encourage you to look, because there's things there that you'll find that you never knew were there. And you never needed to buy anything to get it. So I'll leave you with that. Wherever you are around the world, whatever time it is that you're watching this video, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Peace.